Fans of Dunwoody, welcome back to another video here with Discover Dunwoody. I am Mark Galvin, the Director of Marketing for our firm, and I'm telling you what, we're always looking to find great people to bring to you to share about what's going on in the neighborhood or what's happening in the local community, new events, new things, new developments. We are the spot for you, and today we have somebody brand new to introduce you to. We have a barbecue pitmaster, Jody Pollack. Jody, welcome.
Thank you, Mark. It's a pleasure to be here.
I am glad you're here. You came in, you've got your color on, you got your logo happening. You are ready to go. So have you been cooking this morning?
I didn't cook this morning, but I did do some good cooking last night.
All right. What'd you cook last night?
Short ribs on the medium egg.
Wow, that's fantastic. Now, do you have an army of people that you constantly feed?
No, just a couple of troops here.
So you have quite a setup, it sounds like, at home. You've got an egg and you've got other accoutrements. What do you cook on at home?
So I'll do briskets when I have enough people over.
Okay.
I'll do some ribeyes. I've got some phenomenal bone-in ribeyes.
Wow.
That have come out awesome.
Okay.
Chicken leg quarters. I love doing Cornish hens.
Cornish hens, I've never done those, so I would love to learn from you on that. That'll be another show.
They're excellent.
I bet. What else do you cook? Do you do any fish?
I do salmon every now and again.
Okay.
Actually did salmon a few days ago, and the wife says it's the best salmon I ever made, and it's like, yeah, I think so too.
I have a thing that my wife and I like to do on the weekends. We cook, we go to the DeKalb Farmers Market and get fish steaks. Ooh. And they're great on the egg. I'll tell you, fish is so good when it's grilled.
Yes.
So much better than when it's cooked in the kitchen. Well, we're not here to talk about those things. We're here to talk about something really cool that we're doing, that you are hosting here in Dunwoody, and it's the Atlanta Kosher Barbecue Festival coming up on October the 22nd. Tell me about the festival.
So the festival is an opportunity for the community to get together over amazing food in a phenomenal environment. The Brook Run Park is just a great environment. We love being there. It's actually our 5th time at Brook Run.
Wow.
And we're very pleased with the facility. The city's been great to work with. And you're having a barbecue, it's got to be on grass.
I love this. And so you've been doing this, well, it started in 2012. You are running it now as the executive director. You took over in 2015. And a kosher barbecue, so generally when you hear about barbecue, it could be a variety of meats. So a kosher barbecue means what?
So kosher is a culture, and it's a process. It starts with the way the cow is fed,
okay,
how it's raised, how it's ultimately butchered, and then essentially we have a chain of custody of the meat all through production up until your table.
Okay.
It's monitored by rabbis. It's got their seal on it all the way through, and when we get it, we actually have a purveyor that brings it in from New York for us. We do our prep at Congregation B'nai Torah under rabbinical supervision.
All right.
To maintain it's called kashrut. The meat is different from regular meat in that it's part of the koshering process is salting to drain the blood out.
Okay.
So kosher meat has a slightly saltier taste than ordinary meat.
So Jody, I'm curious, how is a kosher barbecue different from regular barbecue or barbecues in general?
Sure. So regular barbecue in the South is slow and low for temperatures, but you're primarily cooking pork butts or pork ribs and the like.
And that seems like and I've always actually wondered about that. You can definitely get barbecue that's not pork, but generally speaking, people think when they think of barbecue, they're thinking of pork because it's a way of making pork taste better, right? Yeah. So is and I know you're not serving pork because it's kosher. What does that? So what does it mean?
So kosher, pork is not kosher, to start off with.
Period. Yeah.
Period. And end the conversation on
Yeah.
that. We're using kosher meat. So we're cooking kosher brisket, kosher beef ribs, kosher chicken,
Okay.
and chili.
All right.
Ground beef with chili. Sorry, folks, no cheese.
Good. No cheese.
No
cheese
cheese
is
on the
not
chili.
kosher.
Cheese is kosher, but you cannot mix milk and meat.
Okay.
So no cheeseburgers.
All right. All right.
Although one of our vendors has non-dairy cheese. So you can theoretically have a cheeseburger there.
Okay. Now, is there a curing process with kosher meats that's different from other meats where it can taste different?
Sure. So kosher meat starts with how the cow is raised, how the cow is fed, how the cow is slaughtered. There are actually certain parts of the cow that are not kosher and
Okay.
cannot be sold as kosher.
All right.
The kosher parts are then packaged, and all this is done under rabbinical supervision, and their signature, their stamp is on the meat all the way through till it gets to your table.
Oh, okay.
So it is salted during the curing process, as you're draining the blood from the meat.
Gotcha.
And that imparts a different flavor to the meat.
Good. All right. Do you find that someone who is not Jewish and they have kosher meat, what is their reaction typically? They like it more? They like it the same? Can they tell the difference in general?
Yeah, their usual reaction is, hey, this chicken has flavor.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
A lot of chicken that you get at the supermarket, it's very bland.
Sure.
So kosher chicken in particular has an added level of flavor so that when you spice it up, you're really getting something good.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. One of the things that, I love the rotisserie chickens that you can get from the local vendors. And they always seem really good, but those have been typically marinated in some sort of salt brine solution, which imparts that flavor. So I can imagine the kosher is more tasty.
Yeah, because you've already gone through that step.
That's awesome. I love that.
And then once you grill it or smoke it, that's just a whole nother.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, so this is good. One of the things that you and I talked about is brisket.
Yes.
And so, how big is a brisket? When you start to cook it, what does that weigh?
So we're doing a competition, and we provide the teams with the brisket, the ribs, the chicken, the chili, and we get a full packer brisket. So it can be anywhere from 14 pounds to 20 pounds.
Phew.
And they're huge.
Yeah, that's big.
And the teams can do some really amazing things with those briskets.
So that's really interesting. You guys provide the competitors with the meat.
Correct.
So it's a controlled atmosphere. They're not coming in with their own special cut. You are giving them the meat. So they're all starting at the same spot.
Right, so this is a true level playing field event. Because it's kosher, we actually have all the equipment wrapped up and sealed and signed by the rabbis. And we provide the teams with 2 Weber kettles, 2 bags of Kamado Joe lump charcoal,
Okay.
all the utensils that they need, including meat thermometers, grill thermometers.
Oh, wow.
We provide them with a pantry full of spices for their rubs and sauce bases for their sauces, onions, peppers, whatever they want for the chili.
This sounds like a NASCAR race. You
Pretty
got to
much.
make sure the cars are all the same. So everybody has the exact same
exactly.
thing. It really is talent in cooking that's going to help them be better than the others.
Right. We say you're not allowed to bring anything except for your recipe and your attitude.
Wow. Oh, that's so fascinating. How much does it cost to come to the barbecue?
So it's free to come. We don't charge you to come join us at the park. It's a wonderful day. For every taste, so a team sells a taste. It's like a 1-inch Dixie cup that you buy a taste for a ticket, and a ticket is $1.25.
Okay. So it's $1.25 taste, And I can taste as much as I want, as long as I keep shelling out my $1.25.
For every ticket you buy, you get a taste.
If I'm wants more than a taste, can I get more barbecue from someone else?
So we have 4 food vendors that are all kosher, done under rabbinical supervision.
All right, good.
Pulled beef sandwiches, hamburgers, hot dogs. We are actually going to have non-dairy pizza on site.
Okay.
And falafel, and so there are things for vegetarians there. Not
Great.
a lot, but they'll be fine.
It is a barbecue for you know.
Yes.
So if a vegetarian is coming to the barbecue, they're probably being drugged by a loved one.
Yes.
You got to be there. So how many people come to this event?
So last year we had 21 teams competing, and we drew about 4,500 people.
4,500. That's a ton of people.
It's a lot of people.
Do you generate a lot of revenue at this event?
Not a lot. You can't really call us a fundraiser. We're a community event, and the purpose is to bring the community together. And one of our mottos is, we don't care what flavor you are, as long as you like barbecue. And we want to expose the community to kosher food, to Jewish people, and realize that we're just like everybody else. We eat just like everybody else.
Right.
We're self-funded. So it costs a lot to put this event on.
I can imagine.
And when we do have leftover funds, we keep some for seed money for the next year. But then we also do donate to worthy causes, be it food banks, other Jewish organizations. Actually, this year, some of our funds are going to a DeKalb County firefighter. His name is David McBrayer. He was the captain of the DeKalb Fire and Rescue Team last year.
Yeah.
And he was in a horrible car accident where somebody hit him, drove into his lane at 96 miles an hour, knocked him into a ditch, into a tree. His spinal cord got severed, and he's currently paralyzed from the waist down.
Wow.
So David's kind of, we're having him come as Grand Marshal this year.
Great.
And we're going to honor him and give him some of the funds.
Well, one of my notes here shows that you've given away $25,000 over the time that you've held the barbecue. That's fantastic, and it's great that you're helping out this gentleman. That is great. You are a barbecue pit master, but you had a prior life.
Yes, I did.
What did you do before you started being a cook?
So in my wild and crazy youth, I was actually a rocket scientist. I worked on the space shuttle program. I worked on missiles, satellites, aircraft, submarines.
Wow.
Did a lot of very cool stuff.
So did your check come from NASA?
No, I was, as we were referred to, as a slimy government contractor.
Oh, okay, good, all right. But you told me you worked on space shuttles and all those things.
I did. So I was working for Rockwell at the time.
Okay.
And I got to work in the cockpits of Columbia and Challenger.
Wow.
And the cargo bays and crawl around the aircraft.
So how big was the cockpit inside a space shuttle?
Very small.
Was it really?
Yes, yes.
So how many seats are in the cockpit?
So the cockpit actually had the commander and the pilot up front.
Right.
And then directly behind were 3 mission specialists.
Okay.
And there was about this much room between their knees and the back of the front seats.
Oh, wow. So it's like in a small Toyota.
Pretty much, pretty much.
And that is a humongous vehicle. It always is astounding to me that when you see these rockets kick off, how much fuel they have to expel to get that thing out of the atmosphere, really. It's astounding, and they're really, the payload is, well, the size of a Toyota. So we've talked about a lot of things here, especially with the space shuttle. I'm curious, how is the space shuttle launched?
So the space shuttle has got 5 components. You've got the big orange external tank.
Okay.
You have the 2 solid rocket motors. You have the orbiter itself, and then you have the engines that are at the bottom of the orbiter.
All right.
The big orange fuel tank carries liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen. And let's reach back to your science days. What happens when you mix oxygen and hydrogen?
Boom.
Well, there's boom, but there's also water.
Right, yeah.
So the space shuttle engines are actually steam engines. The big white cloud that you see coming out of the shuttle, that's steam.
Wow, oh, really?
Yes.
So the byproduct is just not smoke, it's steam.
It's steam. Now the solid rockets, they're putting out some nasty stuff.
Okay.
Because they're a different compound.
Got it.
Where the engines are controllable, the solids are not.
Oh, that's so fascinating. Well, there's so much here. We're here to talk about barbecue, but I couldn't help but go there. I have a lot of people come in, and I don't ever have rocket scientists retired on the bio, so we had to go there. I know you've got a lot of people that are involved in the barbecue.
Yeah.
Who are some of those important people?
So my deputy, Alex Schulman, who handles dealing with all the teams, recruiting the teams, making sure they have everything they need.
Great.
He works with the judges. The judges we have for the festival actually are KCBS certified judges.
Okay, what's KCBS mean?
Kansas City Barbecue Society.
All right.
And these people are, believe it or not, professional eaters. And I'm in training. And they judge barbecue contests all over the country.
Wow.
And they actually fight for a seat at the table at our festival because they don't get a chance to do kosher at all.
Oh, yeah.
And
I can see that.
Yeah, so they will take the food, they'll look at for taste, for texture, for appearance, and then rate it, and then the highest ratings become the winners of the categories.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So Alex is my key guy taking care of those folks.
Good. Thanks, Alex.
I've got Les Kreitzig, who's our treasurer.
Oh, very important.
So he keeps an eye on what I spend.
Sure.
And David Joss is the Deputy Grand President of the Hebrew Order of David, and he's also keeping an eye on everything that we're doing.
Oh, fantastic.
To make sure that we're staying within the boundaries of our organization.
Well, that's great. We've covered a lot of things today.
Yes.
And I know that we have probably missed something. If someone were to find out more information about the barbecue, where would they go to find those?
So our website is theatlantacosherbbq.com, and then we have a Facebook page, Atlanta Kosher Barbecue.
Oh, fantastic. Jody, thanks for being here today. We'll put that information in the show notes, so look down there and you can get more information on the barbecue. October the 22nd at Brook Run Park. It's running from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Thanks for coming over and letting us know about it.
Appreciate it.
And I got to tell you, I'm going to be there because I definitely want to try out some of that barbecue.
Excellent. We'd love to have you guys.
Folks, thank you for watching today. This show was produced by Discover Dunwoody. Our producer is Madison Holtz, and our sound technician is Emily Inser-Gibson. Be sure to go to the library, City Hall, or Sproul and pick up your own Dunwoody sticker. We would love to put one of these in your hand, let you stick it on your car, and they are removable. So we upped the ante on these and really made a great product here. And you could put them on your car or put them on the wall in the living room. No, I'm just kidding. Don't put it on the walls. Kids, don't put it on the walls. Your parents are going to kill us. On behalf of the entire Discover Dunwoody team, thank you for watching. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media using the handle Discover Dunwoody. Or check out our website, discoverdunwoody.com. Until next time, go out and discover Dunwoody.